So we're just on our way to get some stuff from the shop. Just a few things, avocado, bread, just the usual stuff that you get every third day or so. Well, we go through them a lot actually. And it's also to get Andre out. Hey buddy, break up the day, yeah? He's been feeling a bit sick, so try to keep him home, but then there's only so much you can do. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, buddy, I did. Daddy misses his old life. I don't know if you can hear the cough, but yeah, I miss my old life. I'm sure my wife does too. When it was just the two of us, you know. Sleep in. Had more money. I wouldn't change it though. I would not change it. But I miss all the free time that you used to have, you know. And if you're tired, you just go lie down. You don't have to worry about a little human running around, running the house. Hey buddy. But I wouldn't change it now. Like, can't think of a life without Andre in it, you know. He's been a blessing. Love him to death, you know. But, yeah. There's only a few parents that will admit they miss the old life, you know. I don't know why. You can say it, you know. It's human nature. You can't just push things aside. A lot of people also are worried about bringing kids into the world at the moment, especially with the cost of living, everything. It's just hard. It's hard on families without kids, and so I can only imagine how it'll be for those families bringing kids into the world, knowing that they'll struggle even more. We're very fortunate, you know. I don't know why, but people don't say they miss their old life. A lot of people don't say it, you know. I do. I miss my old life. Hey, can you keep it down? Yeah. I miss being able to just sleep in. If we want to travel, we just book our flight and go, you know. There's a lot of things that I miss about my old life. Yes, buddy. I miss my sleep. Miss enjoying a nice meal, you know, without having to feed someone else. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I'm sure most people miss, but a lot of people also don't say out loud about having kids, you know. But I know one thing that's been really good about having Andre, for me personally, is I slowed down with everything, you know. Before him, I was working crazy hours, long hours. I was just chasing money. I had hardly any time for, you know, anything else or everyone else. But since he's been here, I've just been relaxing. I've made so much effort to just not do so much and just enjoy the moment with him. Take it all in. Just watch him grow. So, I don't know, if you've seen my old videos, you know that I'm not working, so I'm the stay-at-home dad at the moment because of an accident that I got into, and now I'm just trying to recover, both physically and mentally. But so I'm the stay-at-home parent at the moment, and it's just been me and Andre for a while now. His mum's back to work, so just us two, eh, buddy? It's been good having him because it's changed me for the better, I think. You know, I like this version of myself, just in the moment, no rushing, just take it easy, you know. Not have to grind like before. I was getting up at 3:30 for the old job I used to work at. Start at 5. Sometimes I'll work 5 to 5, and most days I'll work 5 to 2. So I used to do Sunday to Thursday. And if I really want the money, I'll do Saturday all the way, 6 days. It's crazy. Looking back at it, I'm like, man, what a waste of time, you know. Sure, the money was good, but but now I have someone to spend that time on, you know. But there are hard moments with Andre, with having a kid, obviously. And, you know, there's a lot of crying, a lot of 3 a.m. wakes, regression. So you're waking up almost every hour at night. And I'm lucky, I'm fortunate that I can wake up just like that, and I can also fall asleep within 30 seconds. As soon as my head hits the pillow, gone. So I tend to do most of the night shift as well with the baby, you know. So my poor wife, she wakes up and that's it. It's so hard for her to go back to sleep. It'll take her maybe an hour to fall back to sleep, and it just works out better for me to look after him during the night. And I don't get too tired during the day, you know. If I have a bad sleep, I can still somewhat function, but yeah, everyone's different, I guess. Yes, buddy. He's got a terrible cough at the moment. There are times where I'm out of patience and whatnot. I remember seeing a video, I can't remember who by, but they said, just picture yourself years from now, maybe when you're 80 or whatever, and you get brought back to that very moment, that moment you're having right then and there, where they're just not settling, they're crying, they're fussy, and they said, you get sent back from then, from when you're 80, and this is the only moment you have to deal with. Like, I don't know what was going on there. Anyway, sorry guys, I got distracted. They said, when you're old, and you're, you know, when you're old, you get sent back to this very moment where he's being difficult or, you know, crying a lot, not settling. And this is the only moment that they send you back to. You don't get to choose. So if you get sent back to this moment, how will you treat this moment if you got sent back from the future? You know, I'm completely butchering this, but I hope you get it. And so that's how I see and deal with difficult times with, you know, a baby, a kid, you know. It's just, how would I deal with this moment if I got sent back from the future after they've grown and gone? So do I have a bit more patience, or do I continue with how I'm treating, or, you know, dealing with him at that very moment? It always helps me when I'm having a bad time or a bad day, is that I just picture that situation where I'm 80 years old and I get sent back to this moment with him, and I have no choice, no say in what moment. And so I always do that, and it helps me a lot dealing with him. Not that I need it a lot, you know. Being a Polynesian, being an islander, most of us are very cruisy, almost too laid back, you know. Especially knowing how quick he's growing. He'll never be this small again, so I'm always just like, I'll never have this baby again. Like, he'll never be this small again. And it just makes everything so much easier. Oh, that van just cleared the ceiling. All it takes is one small thing hanging down. I can never. Yes, buddy. Don't you love it when some people give you the evils for finding parking? It's my parking, mate. Get your own. Hello. Yeah, he's a funny boy. Yeah, this guy always tries to jump out. Oh. Here's a handsome boy. Solly. Solly. You know the drill. You know the drill. Not funny. Look at your beanie, huh? Who's the handsome boy?
Did they hire you?
Yes, buddy. Chicken, avocado, bread, paper towel, and Coke Zero for cake. And one of the craziest things about having a kid, for me anyways, is that I never used to be scared of death. Like, you know, it's just part of life. You know, it's my time, it's my time. And then I had Andre. And now, yes, buddy. I get worried about leaving him behind, you know? Who's going to love him? Who's going to look after him? Who's going to tell people where to go if they mess with it? Yeah, sweets, buddy. So, a lot of things that worry me, scares me, and death is one of it. That and just school, you know, is he going to get bullied? What sort of friends will you have? He gets his heart broken. Hey buddy, you're always going to be able to come home, okay? Whatever happens, you come home. Get avocado from the fruit shop because they're a lot better than Woolies. No idea what your mum wants, huh? Whole meal. She likes vanilla, no sugar. Hey, bud. Oh. No. That's shop. Almost got locked in, buddy. Huh? Go check out my favorite store. They have good quality clothes. That's where I try and get most of my t-shirts. Hey, buddy. And here it is. Nah. Yeah. Really? What else happened? Huh? You want a Hello Kitty top? You want a Hello Kitty top? You want to go? Yeah. Nothing really. Anybody? Nothing really caught our eye, huh? Does anyone else regret not trying hard growing up in sports and things that they're good at? Because I do. Think about it quite often actually. And it eats away at me every single time. Like, when I was younger, I used to run 100 meters. And I was fairly quick. And then I was also pretty good at rugby. And so, right up until I was 17 or 18, I was doing really well. Thank you. And I was decent at it. And I was always one of the faster dudes. So I was racing against older kids. Right up until I was 17, I was still one of the quickest.
Anything else you want to buy from me?
But I was just too cool for it, apparently. I stopped training, I stopped running, and just let it go. So that thought of what if eats away at me every time I think about it. And it pops up in my head quite often. 100 meters, how fast could I have gone? I may have not made much progress or difference, but it would have been better to know where my limit was instead of now where I'm constantly thinking how far would I have gone if I had pursued 100 meters. Another thing is rugby. I played at a decent level, I was playing above, played a bit of rep, and so I always wondered how far I would have gone in rugby. But again, stop training, stop showing up, stop putting in the effort, and before I knew it, I was out of rugby for years. Now, I don't want Andre going through the same thing. Hey buddy. I hope he puts effort into everything and just does it without giving up. Whatever he's good at, I hope he sticks to it and pursues it until he knows that's the limit. Here's the chubs. Here's the chubby chubs. No. Okay. No more. Oh, gosh. You get heavier every single day, huh? Wow. When I was doing my license, my driving instructor told me that you don't have to indicate in car parks. And I feel like you have to. Because I've always done it and I always see people do it, so I don't know what he was on about. And I don't know if it's true. But it also helps everyone else navigate the place. Yeah. The days are long. That's the thing about having kids, especially being a stay-at-home parent. Your days are very long. They don't go quick. And you're doing so many different things and you just lose track of time. I don't know how some parents that have more than one kid do it and do it alone and still be great parents, you know. Credit to them. The amount of people that look at me funny or question where his mum is, and you know, it's like taboo for the dad to be the stay-at-home parent and, you know, looking after the kid. And the worst ones are the older generation, especially the males, the men, the older men. They tend to say these sly jokes that are just wrong, you know. They think they're funny, but they're not. I'll fold you, you know. But yeah, they say some out of pocket stuff that, you know, they think it's a woman's job and her job only to be the babysitter and whatnot, but it's just not true. You know, it all depends on you and your wife or your partner's situation and what works for you guys. What we have works for us, might not work for others, you know. Why, what are you doing, man? Oh, a Casey Stoner fan. I used to follow MotoGP because I used to ride motorbikes and race and whatnot. And Casey Stoner, the sticker on that van in front of us, at 27, was hands down my favourite rider. I still think he's one of the most talented riders to ever race. Him and Marc Marquez, those are the two. Yes, buddy. Hopefully I run into him one day. Maybe at the airport somewhere. Because he's just too good. He's just a beast. Hey, buddy. I thought about it. I was like, I wonder if Andre will get into racing motorbikes, you know. How will he go? Start him on flat track, yeah. Get the throttle control under control. And then throw him road racing. Hey, buddy. The next Casey Stoner from Australia. I think we just beat that guy that was tailgating us. He doesn't know the back ways, eh, son? He doesn't know the shortcuts. The Need for Speed Underground 2 shortcuts.